Has been a problem around this team. The players have been housed in South Florida. Fernando Clavillo considers this game a measuring stick.
Well, number one, this is a stepping stone for us, for Jamaica. We don't want to get much out of this game than evaluation of our players, where we are, what do we need to keep doing. We have a process of games leading us to Jamaica that we need to keep improving. To be able to do that, we have to play quality teams like the United States. And winning, many people is great, but it could be misleading. A lot of people thinking maybe winning that we don't have to do any better than what we're doing, and we need to change a lot of things. So I'm looking for a good match that we can evaluate and keep growing from it.
What a welcome sight for United States soccer fans tonight. Tony Sana back in the starting lineup here at the Orange Bowl against Haiti. Lineup's opening kickoff coming up next. Miami, Florida, Glenn Davis and Marcelo Balboa as we get set for the opening kickoff between the U.S. and Haiti. And of course, everybody knows the story around the Haitian national team with the political unrest in that country. Let's go to the United States national team lineup, Marcelo. And it is the starting point of a 4-4-2.
It really is. Johnny Walker in goal. I think key tonight is going to see the way Gibbs and Santa really work on the outside to see how well they play. And Armis in the middle is always a strong guy with Convey in a new position, but it's good to see also Wozniak getting a shot.
Johnny Walker, all the experience in Chile as a professional and also with the Metro Stars now, has made people in New York forget a little bit about Tim Howard. The Haitian lineup, they also under Fernando Clavillo start in a 4-4-2.
They really do, and it's going to be interesting. We haven't really seen much of them, but when we hear Brassard is one of the guys in the middle, he's the captain, he's the one that's going to lead. Sherry is the other guy, and we always said that Piguero is the guy that you really have to watch tonight.
Gabar Fenelon in goal, played for the team under 23 down in El Salvador at the Central American and Caribbean Games. It's game on here at the Orange Bowl. Haiti in the dark blue, the United States in the white tops. Refereeing crew tonight is a Jamaican one. Peter Prendergast, Anthony Garwood, Michael Mitchell. Very familiar to U.S. fans and head coach Bruce Arena. Here's Beasley now to Corey Gibbs. Piguero has won that one back for Haiti. Early ball. And nobody getting into the box for Haiti. The last time Haiti and the United States met was in 2000, right here in the Orange Bowl. Over the top, direct ball. Chance here. And that one pushed by Landon Donovan right into the hands of Gabar. And I think, Marcelo, this one could be pretty open and entertaining tonight.
I mean, Fernando said the team was going to come out and they were going to attack, but I mean, you saw that. That was a great ball by Santa trying to catch him off guard and play Landon into the back. Landon didn't finish it, but what a great ball it was.
And already it's an open game here. Off his line, Johnny Walker. The target was the speedy Alexander Busica. Number 11, keep an eye on him. Speed on the flanks for Haiti. Busica. Piguero. Pro-Haitian crowd. Piguero in the box here against Bocanegra. Carlos Bocanegra to the rescue for the U.S. here early. And there is the man we featured in the open, Marcelo, Piguero.
And that's what they're going to look for. He's the guy that needs to get the ball and create. But you can see the U.S., coming out a little sluggish. But you know what? It's like any game. You're playing. It's kind of like playing away. You've got to settle down, try to get into a rhythm, and make sure you don't really make any crucial mistakes early in the game. Alexander
Busico, number 11. Plays for Violet in Haiti. Most of these players domestic-based in the Haitian First Division. Curling ball. Headed out firmly by the U.S. Donovan knocks it forward now to Beasley. And DeMarcus Beasley was fouled.
This is a good test because when you play a qualifier, and especially if you're away from home, the first 5 or 10 minutes, the other team's going to come out, high press you to see if they can maybe pick one off early in the game. And that's exactly what Haiti's doing to the U.S. right now, trying to pressure them to see if they can get one early.
And he poked to Tony Sana. What a welcome sight Sana back in the lineup. Don't expect him to go the full 90 minutes tonight, according to head coach Bruce Arena. Hope heads it back to Johnny Walker, and he was pressed there by Johnny Descolini. Bocanegra in the lineup after getting suspended for 3 games in the English Premier League with Fulham. After a tackle on Aston Villa's Mark Delaney. So if it wasn't for that, Marcelo, he would not be here tonight in a U.S. uniform.
He wouldn't be here, but I mean, the good for U.S. is that he's here, he can play, and help this group out. I mean, his experience is going to be big for both qualifiers.
Desir knocked that one forward, but the U.S. win it back and can't control it. Flavio, of course, an old teammate of yours, Marcelo. Over 60 caps for the United States national team, and boy, I'll tell you what, more on him later, but amazing story, him in charge here of this Haitian national team. And another free kick has been whistled. So, U.S. under a little duress here early. How do they handle this pressure, Marcelo?
Yeah, I think they've done a good job. They just have to make sure they compact the field. You know Haiti's going to come out and is very fast on the outsides. Try to close them down.
So a quick look at the 52-year-old Bruce Arena. Has been in charge of the U.S. national team since 1998. The winningest U.S. coach all time, Bruce Arena. Bobby Convey and Landon Donovan standing over this free kick. We are in the 6th minute. It's Convey. Held by Gabar. Bobby Convey, Marcelo getting a shot as a central midfielder tonight, really, I guess, sort of the designated playmaker.
Well, Fabio's not here, O'Brien's not here. You have to put Bobby in the middle. He's the guy that can hold the ball. Plus, like Bruce said, they're going to try to give him more opportunity in the middle and on the outside.
Oriola played that one wide, the defensive midfielder for Haiti. That one headed away. Desir. Convey. John Wolenack. He's got Donovan central. Not a bad idea, but overhit. And cleared by France. Borlon with a heavy tackle there, but the U.S. win it back. Beasley against Desir. DeMarcus Beasley. Still Beasley. And cleared by Haiti. Well, already, Marcelo, we see how entertaining DeMarcus Beasley is.
He's an exciting player. He's one of the guys you can see out there that's not afraid to go one-on-one, and you like to see more of that on the outside.
He certainly showed that coming off the bench against Holland as well. Rene Sharina. Descolini couldn't control it. Back to Johnny Walker. And bad ball from Johnny Walker. Fortunately for the U.S., they get out of that danger. Figaro handled it. As I mentioned before, the last time the U.S.-Haiti played was in 2000 in the Gold Cup. It was a 3-0 U.S. victory in front of 49,000 people right here in the Orange Bowl. And 2 players on the U.S. roster are part of that game, Chris Armas and Jovan Turovsky. Good work there from Carlos Bocanegra.
I think you see in Carlos now with the experience, you see I think he's a little more comfortable in the middle. He played on the outside against Holland, but you can definitely think, I mean, even speaking to him the other day, he feels more comfortable playing in the middle, and I think that's what he's going to try to fight for on the starting for this team, to be a starter in the middle.
Bocanegra has been a starter over at Fulham in the English Premier League from day one. Walker. And overhit it towards Landon Donovan, but Donovan picks up the second ball. Landon Donovan now. Awkward clear, still loose in the box. And a foul there on Figaro. Linesman all over that one. We talked to Fernando Clavillo of Haiti. Marcelo, one thing he certainly has made clear, this is a team that is certainly athletic, but the concentration over 90 minutes a problem.
You know, that's something he's got to work on. He just took this team over. It's going to take time for this team to realize the system. One thing Fernando is very well organized, so he's going to get this team. They're going to be organized.
Broken up out of the middle there from Sancios. Counter-attack time now for Haiti. Despeline was in an offside position. Figueroa over the top. The goal kick to the U.S. here in the 9th minute. You know what? Fernando promised it would be open and entertaining, and I don't think we're disappointed 10 minutes in here.
I'm going to have to say they're definitely not playing defensive soccer right now, but it's good to see both teams. You know, when you see friendlies, you got to see what you got. You got to let these guys play, and that's what's going to happen tonight. U.S. has to find out what the American players can do, because this is like a qualifier for them in this kind of atmosphere.
Wolniak shook off a tackle. Donovan flicked on, header just wide to the right of Gabar. Don Wolniak has had an excellent camp this week, according to the U.S. staff, and Landon Donovan's flashing header just going wide.
It's a great ball in. You see Landon getting up, getting in between his defender, trying to go far post, just puts it wide.
Boy, nice piece of work from the U.S. and nice little delicate touch from the big man.
Well, you can see the U.S. is finally starting to settle down a little bit. They're starting to knock the ball. They went wide. Wolniak got it into the middle where his partner Landon Donovan is. So you can see they're starting to settle down a little bit.
Marcelo, we've heard so many times this week, not only from the players but also Bruce Arena, that the beauty of this game is mirroring the conditions of a little bit of a hostile environment.
Yeah, you can try. You really cannot think this is the closest you're going to get, or playing maybe Mexico in Pasadena is probably the closest you're going to get. But you cannot, you can't describe what a qualifier is with the food, with the flights, with the people outside your hotel. And it's still a lot different than this, but this is the closest you're going to get to feeling what it's like playing in a qualifier.
Sana, keep an eye on him. Not expected to go the 90 minutes. Heavy challenge there between Sancios and John Wolniak. What a goal he had for the Metro Stars last year. Look back at this one.
Bounced right up. He's not afraid to get in. Look at him. Bang, puts his foot up there. Referee does a good job. Realized that he put his foot back down and just let Haiti have the ball. Rolled out of bounds and gave him a goal kick.
The U.S. trained twice on Monday, once on Tuesday. They scrimmaged the Chicago Fire Wednesday and have gone a little bit lighter and more tactical Thursday and Friday. So, important week of training. Convey trying to put Donovan through. Gibbs. Johnny Descaline, number 10, who tried to play that ball through, had 3 goals in a 5-0 victory here in the Orange Bowl against Turks and Caicos in the first leg of their home-and-home series. They ultimately won 7-0 in aggregate to get the right to play against Jamaica in June to go to the semifinals of CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. U.S. expected to play against Grenada, who won 5-0 against Guyana, and the second leg is set for tomorrow. And of course the U.S. will play in June as well. Convey. Bocanegra now back to Johnny Walker. Surprised about the tactics employed by either team so far, Marcelo?
Not really. Haiti said they were going to come out, Fernando said, and told us that they were going to come out and they're going to be very offensive and try to put pressure on the U.S. U.S., you know, is figuring out who the players, and you really don't know these players. So they got to kind of feel their way through it. But you can see the U.S. has settled down. They've got the movement. They're starting to pass the ball. They're starting to get a few attacks. And it's about that. It's about making sure you don't make any mistakes early in the game and settling down into the rhythm of the game.
There is Tony Sana, back from Nuremberg as a right back, and what an outstanding World Cup he had in 2002. And really was a remarkable effort that he put in. Played every minute of the 2002 World Cup, where Bruce Arena led the U.S. to the quarterfinals.
I mean, you hope that Tony Sana stays healthy. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Frankie Haida. That's a position that you can see against Holland. Frankie did not play that well, so you can see they're looking for depth on that side. This could be a good opportunity for Tony to make a run at that position. And you know what? There's nothing like having competition at every position.
Free kick time now for Haiti. Fusiko was fouled. And I'll tell you what, that man right there is capable of some magical moments.
A little fake, lets it go through and just slides it by Bocanegra. Bocanegra does a great job of fouling him right there. Good professional foul, because if he lets him go, he's maybe 25, 30 yards from goal, he takes a shot.
And my apologies, that was Johnny Descolin, the 27-year-old who had the hat trick against Haiti. Most of these are under 23 players, a very youthful Haitian squad. Over the top. One coming from Monet Chery, a more offensive midfielder. Bobby Convey scored his first ever goal at the senior international level for the United States right here in the Orange Bowl against Costa Rica in the Gold Cup. A 3-2 third place victory. Desir knocking this one forward. Armas. That one shielded out. The goal kick will come to Haiti as Landon Donovan was putting pressure on. Member of the San Jose Earthquakes. 2 out of the last 3 MLS Cups have gone to the San Jose Earthquakes. Armas. Convey to Donovan. Beasley now, bringing in Corey Gibbs. And Beasley got a late tackle there from Monet Chery and is down. So Marcus Beasley of the Chicago Fire down after this challenge.
Chery just comes in and right there kicks him right in the back of the calf there. You can see just a good, referee did a good job. Called a foul. A little bit of a reckless kind of attack at the ball from the Haiti team.
I thought that was a bookable offense there?
This time of the game, I would say, yeah, that possibly could have been a yellow card. But, I think they're going to try to emulate kind of like a World Cup qualifier. They're going to let it play unless something. Are you going to give them, it's like anything else. Like in baseball, they give you 3 strikes. In soccer, they give you 2 or 3 fouls before they actually give you a yellow card.
Pinball wizardry right now, and finally Landon Donovan cushions that one down. Convey. And does well to draw a foul there. U.S. will get a free kick. Let's see if they get a number of players forward. Eddie Pope and Bocanegra now going forward for the United States here in the 18th minute as Landon Donovan set to take the free kick. Curling ball, dangerous one. And a free kick is called. As down is Fenelon Gabar. And Eddie Pope is slow to get up as well, now on one knee. Of course, Eddie Pope now at 32 years of age.
Landon plays a great ball, and you see the goalkeeper just coming out, and he just, look at this, he comes out and he just gets caught on his back and lands on his back. mean, you see everybody going for the ball. It's just something that happens in a game. He comes out, they kind of get caught up. He falls down. Nothing really major. I think maybe just gets cut off. Maybe gets a wind knocked at him as the goalkeeper lands. But you can also, too, Eddie Pope's had problems with his back in the past, so this could be something maybe aggravated a muscle or something there, too. That's why he was down for a little bit.
Gabar Fenelon, 23 years of age, plays for Racing Port-au-Prince. Remains down. We talk a little bit, Marcelo, about the week of camp that the U.S. has had here in South Florida and how important it is on a daily basis. A training session is almost as important, really, as a regular game here on a Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're with the national team, there's no such thing as taking a day off. I mean, you're here for a week. You've got to prove yourself in practice. Practice is like a game. You got to give 100%. And yeah, sometimes it's harder than a game because Bruce is watching. The coaches are watching. You're trying to impress them to make sure you get on the starting 11. So, I mean, you definitely got to think the practices are a lot harder than maybe the game on a Saturday. The Saturday game, you know what? It's like the dessert after dinner. You know, it's the best part of the whole week.
Every single day, a chance to impress. Pigaro. And Woliak is fouled by Gilles France. You know, it would almost be against the nature, you would think, Marcelo, of the Haitians to defend deep here. And, you know, why would you want to do that?
Yeah, they're coming forward. They've got their line set, you know, 40 yards from goal. But everybody else, you can see, they're pressuring, they're man marking everywhere.
Descolin. Pigaro in the box. Johnny Descolin. Right-footed shot, save Walker. And a big one. Descolin hit a bullet. And there was a little bit of that athletic, creative play from Haiti.
That's the place where you can take players on. One fake creates a little space, does a great job of getting a shot on goal. Johnny Walker puts himself in the right place, and he doesn't give up a rebound in the middle of the box. He punches to the outside.
Landon Donovan in the hole now to DeMarcus Beasley. 21st minute. Beasley against the Zir. Gets it over. Good ball from Beasley. But clear by Bruni Pierre Richard. Free kick for Haiti.
So the U.S. is being smart right now. Every time they seem to break out of the midfield, what do? They foul them, they slow them down, trying to get them not to use so much of their speed. If they can slow the game down, they can get everybody behind the ball, and now they can set their defense up.
Haiti certainly feeding off the energy of a nice large crowd here in the Orange Bowl. Conseillas. Now, one thing Fernando Clavillo did tell us, he says, we're not that fit a team. And I'm almost wondering if potentially they may be overextending themselves at this point. What do you say there?
They've played a few more.
Get back to that in a second. Open a collision there with Pigaro. Beasley.
See, right there, to me, that's not a smart foul on the Haitian team. He's facing his own goal. He's going back and closing him down with two guys. And that's where we talk maybe a little bit about that discipline. Because you can see he's facing back. And you see Pope does a great job. Comes inside. Pigaro takes it. No foul. They both get tangled up. He gets knocked over. The referee does a great job. Lets him play on. But that's what I was saying. Earlier in the game, you saw that play. Beasley's facing back. The Haitian team are closing down with two guys and they're fouling. They really need to just keep forcing them back.
Direct ball now to Woliak from his former Chicago Fire teammate, Carlos Bocanegra. But Woliak now at the Metro Stars. U.S. throw. 23rd minute. An awkward clear there out of the middle. From David Senseos, 25-year-old.
I don't think that we're talking about that. I don't think they're extending themselves. This is a team that's actually played some games, just played two qualifiers. I think they may be a little more game fit than the U.S. right now.
Woliak, poke tackled away and cleared by Haiti. Philippe Pigaro. Armas. U.S. trying to get a little more extended ball possession, I guess. Haiti missing a couple of their foreign-based players as well. Roy Wagner is one, plays at Montpellier. Fernando Clavillo has talked very highly of a 29-year-old. Hopefully they will bring back for the game against Jamaica.
I think now having Fernando as a coach now, you're going to see Fernando's going to start looking basically all over the world, just like other teams do, to try to find more Haitian players. And I think that's going to make him more dangerous.
Convey. And he's fouled. So far, it's been pretty tough for Bobby Convey to get on the ball here in this one in the middle third of the field.
It's got to be tough for Bobby. You know, it's one of those things that one day he's playing in the middle of the field, the next day he's playing left back, the next day he's playing left midfield. It's tough to get into kind of a group, a feel. I mean, you got to feel your way through the game. And this guy, I mean, he's been put in so many positions. That's part of a soccer player, though. But I mean, it's tough. He'll go back for DC. Next thing you know, he's playing left midfield. You know, so it's tough to get into a rhythm and see how the game goes.
You think eventually a choice has got to be made for him, or is it just a matter of just trying to get him somewhere within the starting 11?
I think you're just trying to find somewhere for him to fit in the starting 11. You got to have him out on the field. I think realistically you're going to see him maybe playing a left back. He's got the left foot. He can hit the long ball down the wing. He can get into space, get into the attack. So I think eventually you're going to see him playing the left side.
20 caps for Bobby Convey and 1 goal for the United States national team. And boy, I'll tell you what, he's been doing a lot of duty at a lot of different levels over the last couple of years for the United States. There's Corey Gibbs. I'll tell you what, the Dallas Burn and Dallas fans are going to be happy in Major League Soccer to see Corey Gibbs helping commandeer their back line this year.
Yeah, they need a lot of help from last year's team, and not being mean, but they really, really struggled. They really struggled. This, I tell you, was a great move. Also with getting Steve Jolly, you can see they've definitely looked to upgrade the team, and they've done a much better job this year. And the fact that they're playing at the Cotton Bowl is all the fans are like, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Tremendous optimism around the Dallas Burn this year under new head coach Colin Clark, and whole new regime there, and the Burn certainly on paper looking pretty good at this stage. Johnny Walker now to Tony Sana. Assess Tony Sana's performance so far. I mean, pretty tough on him. Only 26 minutes in.
26 minutes in. He's going to his first game in a long time. He's starting to get his fitness back. I really feel he's going to get into the game. You can't really judge him on one game because he's coming back after 15, 16 months of not playing. I think an important thing for Sana today, get confidence, make sure you're smart the way you play, and just do your job. Don't go out of that little box you're supposed to play in.
Bobby Convey now knifing into the box after a ball from Donovan. Look at the pace of Donovan. What a wonderful backfield there to Corey Gibbs in support. Watson. Coriola. Number 7 for Haiti, sort of their destroyer in midfield, has kicked a few people tonight.
Being nice, yes. Very nice.
Roosevelt Bazir with a big smile on his face. Plays for Fika in Haiti on the throat. You know, Tony Sana actually called tonight's game, Marcelo, one of the biggest of my career. Pretty compelling statement.
I mean, after 15 months of being out, you got to test the back. You want to come back and play. He's 32 years old. And you know, as a player, you never want to give up the sports. This is a huge test to see if his back holds up. Plus, you know, if he gets healthy, they've still got maybe 9, 10 games he can still play for his club team. And especially when your contract's up, you definitely want to try to play and get the back. But you know what? Even if the back doesn't come back, he's had a great career. And he's got to be happy with that, but you'd love to see his back be 100% so he can play in a lot of the qualifiers this year.
His last competitive match was December 7th, 2002. He's seen over 20 doctors for a back problem. Good to see him in a uniform. Watch out here, Busico. And he's fouled. Haiti crowd going wild here in the Orange Bowl right now after that run.
Good replay on a little bicycle kick to clear the ball. I don't even know what to say about that one.
Johnny Walker holds that. Well, I guess the dark side of Haiti is sometimes it can look like world beaters, and in a moment then can look like an amateur team, baby, just based on the fact that they're a little unpredictable and undisciplined. And I don't say that in a negative way.
No, I think you're right 100%, but here's the thing. New coach, Fernando, like I said, is a very organized guy, but here's the key now. When they do start falling apart, they've got to learn to drop back, because everybody's got to weather the storm.
Flag is down, Walker's off his line.
Everybody has to weather the storm. The important thing in the past, Haiti has not been able to weather the storm because they give up 2 or 3 goals in that 5 minutes.
Sana. Simple ball there to Steve Ralston, who has not been involved in this one much. Ralston now. Curling ball, a good one. Boldiak lays it off. Convey shot. Took a deflection. Here is Beasley now. Good build-up from the U.S. there. Marcus Beasley, as always, playing with an undeniable spirit. Sana in a foot race here. And does well to win it. Well, you gotta wonder how heavy Tony Sana's breathing right now.
Not playing in 15, 16 months, I can tell you right now. Breathing heavy. His legs probably weigh about 20 pounds. And you can see even on the sprint, he was kind of, you know, and it's going to take time. All the blood is rushing to his leg. It's going to take time to get back to fitness, to his full fitness, but it's just good to see him out.
It really is. Eric ball there from Chris Armas. Over the top. Miguel, who is with a challenge for Eddie Pope. And Bocanegra. Sana. Direct play from Haiti, and he is onside. Chance here, Johnny Walker, save Walker. And that direct ball beat the last line of the U.S. defense. Chris Armas now. Through Corey Gibbs. Gibbs is brought down heavy there. By Watson, Coriola. Coriola will pick up a yellow card. He again is the holding defensive midfielder.
So the only thing right now that is concerning me a little bit, and I'll wait till after this play.
Bocanegra's ball headed out.
The only concern I'm having now with the defense, U.S. defense, you saw Eddie Pope went twice. There was no backup.
Cover issue. One-on-one here. That one won't be a danger as Tony Sana.
Even on that play right there, you see him going in there. He's taking him one-on-one. They're not going over and supporting it. Tony Sana gets beat there, he's got no cover. And same with Eddie Pope on the last play. He goes, he doesn't have any support. If he falls, just say if he slips and he falls down, there's nobody there covering. I think the U.S. needs to do a better job of pinching it, compacting it in the middle, and making sure they start covering each other a little better.
A little bit unbalanced.
I don't know if it's unbalanced. It's just not covering each other. Unbalanced would be one guy going forward, 2 guys going forward, and everybody's getting caught out of position. Balance-wise, it's okay, but they're not covering. If Eddie Pope steps up, Carlos Bocanegra should be tucking in behind him. They need to do a better job of covering for each other.
We did see the U.S. too in practice on Friday working on sort of sliding and covering with that back four. Assistant coach Glenn Meyernick putting this back four through the paces. Armas. Bocanegra. Nobody behind the ball for Haiti. And that one timed out. Eddie Pope will get there. 33rd minute. Wolniak in the hole. Descolin. Marcellus. And Haiti will get a corner. Or will they? A bit of a debate going on right now. There's Marcellus, who showed some blazing pace out wide to complement Alexander Boucicaut on the other side. To take the corner is Boucicaut. 34th minute. Curling ball. And a whistle. And a foul on Haiti as Haitian fans go wild. No goal. They still go wild here in the Orange Bowl. But the goal has been nullified. The header from Jean-Philippe Peguero.
You can see right there, just the pushing. Really couldn't see much of a push. The referee had a better angle, called a foul. But you can see Haiti puts the ball right in the middle, and with their just getting up and fighting for the ball.
And my apologies, that was Bruni Pierre Richard who headed home, but to no avail for Haiti. Peguero pushes it through to nobody. Right to Johnny Walker. You have to think right now, Haiti, with everything going on in their country, Marcelo, with all their fans here, it's a bit of a celebration, a time to forget that. And also, maybe add to it, you know, some of these guys be trying to impress to get into Major League Soccer.
I know there's one or two guys that the MLS is looking at. But yeah, I mean, it's not a political thing. I think it's just a release. Soccer, you play it on the field, you leave it on the field. Nothing political here, you know, and that's the best part about our game. You play the game and it's over.
Wolniak now. And John Wolniak will get called for the foul. And again, the U.S. staff has said John Wolniak has had an excellent week of training. Watch out, Peguero in there. Johnny Walker quickly off his line. But the United States has been impressive. Great layoff from Donovan to Convey. Wolniak offside. Flag is up. 36th minute. Desir now. Boucicaut knocked it back to Desir. And Tris Armas with a nice ball to Donovan. Convey now. Beasley can't get there. That one out of play. U.S. fortunate, Marcelo, not to be down a goal right now?
I think you can say both teams. You saw the U.S. had a good chance. Haiti had a good chance. And that's what you expect from these games. Open, some chances. But no, I mean, I think so far it's been pretty even.
Not a good sign here. Corey Gibbs remains down for the United States. Defensive look there from Bruce Arena and his staff. Yeah, that's not an area of the team the U.S. can afford any injuries.
Well, I mean, the good thing is you can see for the last 15, 20 minutes you've had Danny Califf warming up, and you've had also Albright kind of warming up. So if something happens, you see the play, puts it over the top. They're both fighting for it. Look where he comes in and maybe gets a shot to the hip, it looks like. You know, they just kind of collide a little bit, maybe just caught him off guard with his hip.
There is Danny Califf warming up, as Marcelo mentioned. And, of course, Chris Albright has been tried as an outside back as of late as well in the Denmark game. There's Albright along with Kevin Hartman of the LA Galaxy. Looks like Cord Gibbs is touching around the midsection. He'll have to come off right now. The U.S. playing with 10. He'll re-enter momentarily. Escoline. Armas got in front of that shot. Big play from Chris Armas. Convey creates space for himself now. Good ball to Donovan. And Donovan is fouled. Maybe rearing the ugly head now are some of these untimely fouls from Haiti, Marcelo.
You know, he's going for the ball. He's trying to tackle him. And this is, I think, where Haiti's always had a problem. Usually the last 5-10 minutes of a half, they sit back and they start thinking, you know, let's take it into the half 0-0, and they stop playing.
My point is, though, why concede this foul here? There's no need to.
It's easy to sit up here and say that. It's easy to sit up here and say that. When you're down on the field, you're running full speed. You think you can lunge into the ball and you can get the guy before it. But, you know, the problem is with these little guys, look at Landon. He's so fast, he can toe poke it away and get by him, get knocked down. And I think that's, I mean, it's easy, like I said, easy from here, but when you're down there, it's a lot harder to make that decision.
Ralston tried to play the quick free kick. U.S. loading up the box. Bocanegra's in there. So is Pope. So is Gibbs. Great targets for Steve Ralston. Whipped in towards the back post. And Haiti concedes the corner. Good ball from Steve Ralston there.
Good ball, but if you were watching the goalkeeper, he left that whole near post wide open. And I think that's where Haiti is going to really have to do a better job of going out and maybe finding a goalkeeper that can help them through qualifying.
Gabar Fenelon has really sort of been the incumbent. Curled in towards the near post. Awkward clear, goes right back to Beasley, gets it over again. Bocanegra tried to throw a head at it. Goal kick Haiti. Flag is up, and it was a late flag on number 9, Jean-Philippe Figueroa. He's been dangerous, though, Marcelo, laying against the last line of the defense.
Really has. Both have. You see right there, great look. Right when the ball leaves his foot, he's already in the offside position in advance of the forward, taking advantage of that situation. Good call by the ref.
That was a beautiful look there.
That's the hardest thing, trying to describe an offside.
Wozniak. And that one cut back. Well, you don't have to describe it when you get those good HDNet pictures like that. Eddie Pope. Armas there, and that one cleared by Richard. And then out of the middle comes Senseas for Haiti. Gibbs. Beasley. Husico. Figueroa in the middle. Gets it. Wonderful defending there from Eddie Pope.
Husico did a great job of getting by Gibbs. But you can see right there, good cover. The U.S. defense collapsed. Eddie Pope goes down. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, you just love the calm demeanor that Eddie Pope has. So Haiti was dangerous off the corner before. They'll try it again here. 45th minute. Curled in. Looks like that was handled. And a fist was thrown at that. That would have been a pardonable offense against Jean-Philippe Figueroa. Nonetheless, no danger there.
That's a good call by the ref. Instead of stopping the game, he lets the play continue, lets the flow keep going. I like that.
Bocanegra. Gibbs. 1 minute of stoppage time has been added here in the first half. Sormus battling away and earns a free kick. This will be pivotal again for the Chicago Fire this year. Bocanegra. There was your 1 minute of stoppage time. Ralston beats one, gets dragged down. Free kick U.S. and Eddie Pope and Bocanegra will get forward for this one in stoppage time.
So Ralston does a good job. Takes him on, goes to the outside, gets taken down. So you got to love the U.S. right now. Look at this. You've got Tony Santa, Bocanegra, Eddie Pope, Corey Gibbs. That's a big team in the box right now for you.
DeMarcus Beasley. Box is loaded up. Whipped in.
This plays like clean. All three pieces.
And the U.S. will get a corner. As that one came off Richard, the captain.
The new cameras.
Wolniak gets it back across the header, off the line. Headed off the line by Haiti. Coriola headed it off the line to end the first half. A little drama, but an open and entertaining first half, and certainly, Marcelo, the fans have gotten their money's worth
You
there.
know, they definitely got their money's worth. Both coaches said they're going to come out. They want other teams to play. They've opened up the game. They've created some chances. And as a soccer fan, you got to like that.
Coriola headed it off the line. There's Landon Donovan. Let's take a look back at this last dramatic play here of the first half.
Wolniak does a great job. He just gets the ball back. But look at Gibbs. Gets up, gets a header on it, beats the goalkeeper. Bang. You got your defender on the line, clearing it for you. There's a great look at Wolniak. Just puts it back in. Doesn't put it on goal. Look at Gibbs gets up, bang, clears it off the line. Corleone does a good job of just sitting on his line doing it. But there we go back again. You can see goalkeeper not sure whether to come out or whether to stay back in. And but I tell you what, they got lucky right there.
Let's now go to the United States national team goalkeeper, Johnny Walker.
English.
Johnny, thanks for taking the time out to join us.
Yeah, you bet.
Hey, Johnny, obviously you guys expected Haiti to come out here really pressing, huh?
We knew they were going to come out, obviously, with the present political situation that the country's under. We knew they were going to come out and basically do everything they possibly could to put on a great performance. But more importantly is I don't think we've come out and done our job. So they've obviously come out, done well, but we're not doing too well.
What do you mean you're not doing well? You think the defense is not compact? You're not holding the ball?
I'd like to say the entire team as a unit is really not functioning. A lot of times I can see the fellas in the back are getting the ball. Nobody's checking back, so we end up having to launch balls 40, 50 yards. And in the end, we're playing, long ball against some guys that are 6'1", 6'2". They're pretty good in the air, so it's probably not the best. We need to slow things down, get control of the match, and, that's where I think it needs to go.
Johnny, thanks for taking the time out. Good luck in the second half.
You bet, thanks.
Johnny Walker, the United States national team goalkeeper. We go to break. Maybe not so happy from Johnny Walker, but it certainly has been an entertaining first half. We're back with more here. It's the U.S. and Haiti at the Orange Bowl.
Just you can see, that's the exciting player that he is. He is one of the few guys that likes to go one-on-one, and that's what it's all about.
This man, Johnny Descolino, caused a lot of problems.
He really did. You see that? He does a great job of faking the shot. Look at it. Gets a great shot off, and Johnny Walker's there, punches it wide, and keeps Haiti off the board. And here you go again. Beasley, great job. Look at that cross he puts in there. Nobody's in there to help him out, but you can see that individualism. He likes to get in there and do things. Here's one great long ball, puts it over the top. Just beats Eddie Pope in there. Look at Johnny Walker. Comes out, makes a great save, keeps Haiti off the board again.
And that was Johnny Descolin getting in behind the U.S. defense. You see Johnny Walker not pleased with that.
You really can't, but here's a great look. You're looking for this. You're looking for a foul for the... Look at that. Great shot. Referee said there was a foul there, but you can see great ball in, great header. You see Wolniak just puts the ball back into play. Look at Gibbs. Gets up there, puts it in, beats the keeper, but somebody's on the line. One of the Haitian defenders is on the line and clears the ball and keeps the U.S. off the board.
Yeah, Watson Corleo was the man who headed that one off the line. And here are the first half stats. Marcelo, anything jump out at you?
18 fouls for Haiti. Nah, you know what? I think the U.S. really needs to try to control. You can see here nothing really sticks out. But I think the U.S. has to do a better job of controlling the midfield so they can control the game.
When we come back, we'll catch up with U.S. national team manager Bruce Arena as we spoke to him at the hotel here in Florida.
So anytime we tried to get something going, they stopped the game with a foul. So the game's a little bit herky-jerky. But we need to do a much better job of keeping the ball, stringing some more passes together, playing earlier into our forwards, getting faster support there. Quite frankly, we were just very sloppy in that half.
Looking at the second half, you guys are looking at players. What are you looking for players to get over that, I guess, out of that bubble range to make the qualifying team?
Well, I think, players need to really make their stamp on the game. Landon Donovan needs to be more involved in the game. Beasley needs to be more involved. One of the things that for sure we're looking for is someone to establish themselves on the right side of the field. We thought Tony Sana could have played Stevie Ralston some earlier balls so that he could take people on and get some crosses in. It's good to have Tony back. He hasn't been with us in a while. But tonight we've just been sloppy, but credit to Haiti. They're making it difficult for us to play.
Glenn, thanks very much for taking the time out to join us.
Thank you.
That's Glenn Meyernick, the U.S. assistant coach. And good to get a little talk there from some of Bruce Arena's top men. Now, there'll be a number of changes here in the second half, so we'll make sure we get all of that information to you. Kevin Hartman will definitely go in goal for Johnny Walker. And I guess, Marcelo, again, Johnny Walker, an impressive performance.
You have to, but you know what? Speaking with Bruce yesterday, Bruce knows that he can put Johnny Walker in, and he's going to be okay in a qualifier. With the experience he's had, he's done a good job. Now coming in, you'll see Albright. Albright's a guy that's been given another chance. They're looking for depth on the right side. They're looking for a guy that can come in, be a little more offensive. And you heard Mooch. Mooch said he wants to get the ball earlier to Ralston. So this is another opportunity for Albright to come in and, like Mooch said, put a stamp on and try to get in the starting lineup.
So there are your changes. Kevin Hartman in goal for Johnny Walker. Chris Albright on for Tony Sana. And it looks as though everything else will remain the same. Now, Tony Sana, what can you really can't expect much out of him. This was more an exercise in just getting him back in the team and getting him a few minutes.
Here's the thing about Tony Sana. You've got to be thrilled to death for Bruce Arena to get him back. Now the question is, not so much how he played today, because first came back after 15 months, how he feels tonight and tomorrow morning, waking up after 45 minutes to see how the back goes. That's going to be the crucial time to see how his back is recovering.
And it is game on here in the second half. The U.S. in the white tops, going from left to right, and Haiti in the blue. Trying to bring Ralston in early is the U.S. And just getting back to Tony Sana briefly, he has seen 20 doctors over this time period. Badaro fouled Eddie Pope. And Guerrero has kept Eddie Pope pretty busy here in the first half.
He's the kind of guy that's going to sit up high and try to get in behind. You can see he's going to lay up and see maybe if he gets the ball over the top and outrun Eddie with his pace.
No changes for Haiti and Fernando Clavillo. This one will go back to Gabar. And he was not sure he wanted to handle that, so he headed it out for a throw. Beasley on the throw. Armas. Now let me get back to something Glenn Meyernick said, Marcelo. He talked about the disruptive play of the Haitians, the 18 fouls. How do you deal with that?
You have to get rid of the ball faster. You have to try to move the ball. But here's the thing. You can't teach speed. These guys have speed. You got to find a way to knock it around. World Cup qualifying, every team's going to do the same thing. They're going to try to slow you down. They're going to foul you. They got to get used to it. The way to get used to that is maybe playing a one-time ball, 1-2, try to get by him real quick. Even if he fouls you, the referee says play on.
It's about quicker ball circulation. U.S. with Ralston now. Convey making a run to his right. Takes away a defender. Here's Ralston into the box. Wozniak. And just weighted it too heavy. Goal kick Haiti, 47th minute.
But I tell you what, what created that play? Did you see Bobby Convey tries the overlap, goes into the corner, sucks the defender out. That opened up the space so he can go right into the middle and try to play a 1-2. And that's what it's about to them. It's about not so much having the ball, it's the run off the ball that can make that and open up some space for you.
Yeah, so Convey an influence without even touching the ball.
Exactly.
Haiti. Eddie Pope again denies the service. Descoline went down, earns a free kick for Haiti. Chris Albright, the culprit, in it right back now. So dangerous opportunity here in the early moments of the second half for Haiti. Descoline tries it and drives it right off Bobby Convey. Haiti will get a corner. No doubt, Marcelo, going for goal there.
You saw the near post. Why not take a shot? Those are the hardest balls for a goalkeeper and defenders. A driven ball bending in towards the goal to try to clear or get out. So
Busico to take the corner for Haiti. Towards the near post. Hope again got a touch to that one, and Haiti will get another try here. Eddie Pope expected to take on more of a leadership role, according to Bruce Arena.
just coming over to make sure it's in the little triangle. That's all.
Again, they go to the near post. And again, they earn a corner. And watch out, they play the short one. And there are 2 balls on the field, which kills that idea. And they actually had the U.S. a little surprised there. Again to the near post. Pope wins it. 3 consecutive balls into the near post from Haiti. Busico. Eddie Pope, of course, the captain tonight for only the 2nd time in his national team career. To go along with 58 caps. And the U.S. will get a goal kick. The 23-year-old Peguero not agreeing with that call from Prendergast. Devin Hartman of the LA Galaxy will earn his 2nd cap tonight. Coming on for Johnny Walker. Trouble here. Descoline. Tell you what, has been around the ball a lot tonight, has provided some inspirational moments for Fernando Trujillo and Haiti.
No doubt. Descoline and Peguero have done a great job of keeping the U.S. team, keeping the back 2 occupied. And that's what you want to do, and it's opening up those spaces. Sure, they're going to hit long balls, but, you know, you've got some quick guys, you've got some big guys. Why not try going over the top to see what happens?
Wozniak tried to get turned. A lot of clutching and grabbing going on here. Beasley. U.S. getting players in the box. Convey was there, and Haiti wins it back. Good work from Bobby Convey. Beasley. Gibbs was making a run on the left. They finally get it to him from Armas. Corey Gibbs. Beasley. Sanseas broke that play up as DeMarcus Beasley had come central. Yeah, Glenn Myernick said it, Marcelo. I mean, it's a game really that has not had a lot of rhythm through passing.
Well, they really haven't. They've slowed it down, but also, too, Landon needs to get involved in the game. Landon's just kind of floating around, not really getting involved. Wozniak's getting around, getting some headers. Landon needs to get involved. And I'll tell you what, they're not winning the midfield batters. Convey is the playmaker. They got to find a way to get the ball to Convey and let Bobby open up the game, but they're not doing that. Everything comes out wide back in the middle. They can't seem to find Convey in the middle.
Wolniak holding it up, and Ralston. And it's right over the top. Peguero against Albright, the second half sub. And he's held up. Coriola. And that one way off the mark from the defensive midfielder for Haiti. Watson Coriola. And you see the youthful look on Coriola. This is a very young team. A number of these players are familiar names from the under-23 Central American and Caribbean games 2 years ago. So a very youthful squad.
Best teams in the world are the ones you can mix some young guys under 23 with some veterans. And that's what everybody's doing. Look at the U.S. U.S. has got some old guys, got some young guys, some not old guys, veteran guys, we'll say.
Shot here will take one hop. Kevin Hartman will hold that one. Well, it really is a delicate balance to try and find that blend, and Bruce Arena was exemplifying and sort of accentuating that to us, talking to us yesterday.
Well, I mean, that's key. You've got Landon that's already played in a World Cup. You've got Beasley. Now Convey needs to step up. And then after that, there's got to be next core players, next 2 or 3 players that come in. It's a young group that comes in and helps out. You got to keep really rotating players, because players that look at Eddie Pope after this next World Cup, you know, I think you still play soccer, but maybe at an international level after 30, 31, you're in trouble.
Albright, saving tackle. Sherry. Hartman holds it. It wasn't on target. Well, and that brings up players like Kobe Jones or Ernie Stewart now that are at the twilight of wonderful careers. Now, can they help them through qualifying? Will they be available at the World Cup? Provided we get there?
I think there's a chance. You know, I still think they're in the mix, they're in the pool. But you know, it's one of those things. Will they be playing in the next World Cup with their age? I don't know, but there's definitely a place for them in qualifying. But you know, it's Bruce's decision. I think you'll see them eventually. But here's the other thing. Bruce always made it very clear. If you play well in the MLS, you're going to get a shot back with the national team. Kobe needs to play better than what he played in the MLS this past year, I think, to get a shot back on the national team.
Yeah, being World Cup qualifying coming up, you would expect to see tremendous motivation from American players trying to make this World Cup qualifying squad. Good point. Chris Albright. Richard Mulrooney warming up. The San Jose midfielder. Nice dummy. Donovan trying to turn the corner. And he should earn a corner and does. So a nice burst of acceleration there and some involvement from Donovan. Marcelo, you've been saying he needs to get involved here in the second half.
That's a start. At least he made a good run. Look at this. He gets the ball, plays it right by him. Look at him fighting him off, but he's making the effort now. He's trying to get in behind the defenders. Now he needs to do that over a 90-minute period.
Beasley to take the corner. Curls it in, header, and that one comes wide. From Eddie Pope.
Good job by Eddie. Beats his defender inside, tries to go far post. But here we go back to the same thing. Goalkeeping in Haiti. He has not come out one time for a cross. Really hasn't come out for a corner kick. So I think it's just a matter of time. Eventually, a mistake's going to happen. It's going to be the goalkeeper's fault. And that's where I think, like I said, every team has to have. We are so fortunate to have the cream of the crop. I mean, you look at our goalkeepers. They've been just phenomenal in Europe. In the MLS, we've got great backups. Other countries aren't that fortunate.
Cherie's ball cut out, a bad one. This is some time and space for Beasley now, who's opened himself up. Wolniak, he's got Donovan to his right. And at the time of decision, never came from John Wolniak. Marcellus was fouled. U.S. has on the bench. We'll get back to that in a minute. Free kick U.S. U.S. has on the bench Danny Califf, Richard Mulrooney, Jovan Karofsky, Ante Razov and Pat Noonan, some of the cream of the crop of Major League Soccer. Bocanegra. Well, we came deep to get that one, man. They're going to try and release Chris Albright here. 58th minute. Olniak turn. Richard. Convey. Good running from Ralston. Whips an early ball, and good ball from Ralston. It was Beasley coming in from a wide position who was the target.
But that was much better. 1-2, get it out wide, beat the guy, cross it in the middle. Got no chance of getting fouled, slowing down the play. Now they need to get more bodies in the box.
And a reminder, both coaches allowed 7 changes here under the rules of this international friendly, and everybody up off the bench for the United States right now. So Haiti will make a change. Ramulis Tourline will come in. Or attempts Dorcelis. And Dorcelis showed some pace on the left side. And gets a nice round of applause from the Haitian fans. Free kick Haiti. So Haiti will get a free kick here in the 60th minute, as Fernando Clavillo making his first change. He was hit a little bit of a lull here. Dangerous ball to the back post, headed away by Ralston. Sherry. Gibbs heads that one out. Haiti again will get the throw. Interesting story. We didn't know what uniforms Haiti be wearing tonight because their uniforms never made it here. As you look at Busico, who's been very dangerous. Desir on the throw. Haitian Federation not funding this team at all. In fact, Fernando Clavillo has come out of his own pocket at times. There are a number of things around this team. They're being housed here in South Florida by the South Florida community. 3 houses the players are living in right now and training at local parks. This one curled in. Hartman there. Fernando Clavillo has said, these players have taught me about humanity, life, and the love of soccer. Said the conditions these guys are working under, it's unbelievable that they can be as professional as they've been, Marcelo.
You know, I mean, you can see that's a good group of guys. We went out to practice over there, watched them train. Good guys, joking around. They've really embraced Fernando. And it's a shame that they don't have better backing and the things that are going on within the federation.
And there is Fernando Clavillo, your former roommate on the national team. And I'll tell you what, important part of the '94 World Cup squad, just like you. John Wolniak was fouled. Albright. France cut that one out. Sherry trying to release Begar. But Eddie Pope matching him stride for stride. Chris Armas, good battling there. Wolniak. He gets turned. John Wolniak. He's got Donovan inside. Wolniak curls it and overhits it a bit. It's been rare that the U.S. has been able to break out, but they did that time.
Some good work by Wolniak. Spun the guy, got down the line. Unfortunately, couldn't finish the cross-up. He had Landon going in the middle, but he also had Beasley coming far post.
Showed some good speed with the ball at his feet.
Very, very good speed.
Coriola. Ligero. Now showing up on the right side. Gets it over. Bocanegra. Ralston. Middle third being won by Haiti right now. That shot off the mark there from number 3, Gilles France, the 25-year-old. But it has all of a sudden electrified the Haitian crowd. South Florida is home to over 200,000 Haitians. And they're packing the Orange Bowl tonight. Albright. Pope back to Hartman. Marcel, it just seems Haiti continuing to win the middle third of this field.
You know, the U.S. needs a spark somewhere. It just seems like they're just kind of sitting back. Really not too much energy right now. And I don't know if they're content just sitting there. I mean, they really need to liven up, or they need to bring in some subs maybe that can make a difference in this game, or at least pick everybody back up.
Hartman, errant ball there. Ralston. And they're looking for some pick-me-up from Ante Razov, who looks to be coming in shortly. Here's Convey. Back to Hartman again. Richard winning that header for Haiti. Well, you know, you look at tonight's game, and obviously this is an MLS-based squad, but boy, you miss a Claudio Reyna, who's just the best at calming the game down.
You do, but here's the thing. These kids are all trying to fight for a position on the team. You worked all week so hard. Now's the time we have to reap the benefits. You get to play, you get to start. You got to show the coach that you want to make this team that you want to play. Out of the 11 right now, I mean, you got to think to yourself, how many guys are really, really making that push, and really making Bruce? I mean, the best thing that Bruce could do is have to make a big decision. Right now, these guys aren't challenging Bruce's decision right now the way they're playing.
Chris Armas is off, and that man is on. Ante Razov. A 2003 MLS MVP finalist from the Chicago Fire. He is the all-time leading scorer for the Chicago Fire. Helped lead them to the MLS Cup last year. Direct play now. And Bocanegra heads out. Second ball won by Haiti. Busico against Gibbs. Busico shot over the top. Alexander Busico.
So what a great job. Takes him one-on-one, beats him with the speed to the corner, rips a shot near post, just puts it wide. Kevin Hartman's there, but you can see the one-on-one skill he has. And I tell you what, if you're an MLS coach now, I'd be looking at 2 or 3 of these players.
Yeah, that's one of them. Eddie Pope, good lateral cover out of the middle to break that one up for the U.S. He's been a busy man in the middle of the U.S. defense tonight. And the Haitian fans, a time to focus on soccer tonight and their national team. Descoline is fouled. And Descoline standing over this free kick. Haitian fans bouncing in unison. Descaline over the top. You could tell the minute he hit it. 68th minute.
If he's driving that ball into the middle, low, you know, a little above head height, I'm okay with that. But trying to shoot from there, I have a hard time trying to figure out that he even got a chance to score from there.
Bobby Comby having to come real deep to try and get on the ball in this one.
Well, I think is what we talked about, Bruce, before, how we talked about, hey, we've got to try different players in different roles.
Get back to it in a minute. Onside is Haiti. Haiti a chance to take the lead. They do. Alexander Busico. Haiti up 1-0.
Great ball played in there. Look at Busico. Gets the ball, beats everybody with the speed, gets him in tight, sees that he's got the far post, rips it far post, puts it by Hartman, and puts Haiti up 1-0. Look at that. Great ball, great control with full speed, puts it into a stride, bang, puts it far post, puts him up 1-0.
Haitian bench going wild. Fernando Clavillo trying to calm his bench down. And this place just rocking right now. The assist goes to midfielder Watson. Coriola, who put through Alexander Busico. And there is Fernando Clavillo, former coach of the New England Revolution. Their goal scorer, Alexander Busico. U.S. free kick, Landon Donovan now. Towards the back post. Gabar got a fist to it. The U.S. will get a corner here. Chance to load the box up. One curled in. Gabar off his line. And again, Marcelo, you've pointed to the fact that maybe he's been a bit indecisive at times. It shows up there.
He really did there. You see he came out, completely missed the ball. And look at this. He doesn't take a direct pass. He's going backwards towards the ball. Jumps up. Look at this. Completely misses it. Corey gets up. Ball just goes wide. But here's the key. They got to take advantage of that. They've got to shoot on this keeper. They really haven't taken a shot. Everything's been trying to dribble into. Take a shot from 20 or 30 yards. Test the goalkeeper. That's the biggest thing in these games. You got to test these goalkeepers.
Just a constant hum like a train rolling by here in the Orange Bowl right now. And the fans are all on their feet. That one knocked forward there by Monet Cherie, right to Kevin Hartman. To Chris Albright. Razov to Conde. Good switch from Conde. Corey Gibbs now. He's out of position. This one bent in. Albright. And that one deflected off Descaline. That was another dangerous moment there. Haiti win it back again. Marcus Beasley will be called for the foul on Coriola. And that is the man there who put through Alexander Busico. Tony Sana there. Razov trying to fight his way through, earns a free kick.
It's a good test for the U.S. Now Bruce has an opportunity to see under pressure 1-0 who wants the ball. And in this situation, the players that want the ball are the ones you're going to look for. The guys that want the ball in this kind of pressure.
Donovan curls it over the top. And that time's the ball. A more confident play in goal for Haiti. Hey, you're right. I mean, if you're a coach right now, Marcelo, these are great conditions to be assessing your players.
I mean, great conditions, just because of the fact, like you said, you want to emulate kind of you playing away from home. You're down 1-0. If this is a World Cup qualifier, you got to see who wants the ball, and you got to see the players that are hiding. And this is a great opportunity for Bruce to see that.
Are you surprised? And we'll get back to this in a second. Hold on here from Haiti. Top of the box. That one off the outside on the right foot of Johnny Despeline. Eddie Pope is down. Serena up off the bench for the U.S. Eddie Pope looks to be cramping up a little bit there. So my question to you would be, are you a little surprised in any individuals not stepping up here and taking a little more responsibility?
You know what? I think you just can't specifically pick out one guy. I think right now you've got to be disappointed overall the way the U.S. has played. We're in the 74th minute. Really, nobody has really stepped up. Landon's been kind of in and out of the game. Now he's out of the game. And, you know, not one player has really stepped up. You saw the defense a little shaky. You know, they're really not covering well. And but I tell you what, not going to take credit away from Haiti. Haiti has played a smart game. And Fernando knows how the U.S. plays. So every time they break out, they would foul. That's why you saw 18 fouls in the first half. But that's going to happen in qualifying. The U.S. has to find a way to knock it around. Despite they don't have a full team, but still, some of these guys are going to have to step up in some of those crucial games and play in those. So they've got to learn to deal with the pressure.
Richard Mulrooney has come on for Landon Donovan. And Pat Noonan of the New England Revolution coming on right now will earn his first cap for the U.S. Coming on for his Revolution teammate Steve Ralston. And boy, what a story Pat Noonan was last year in Major League Soccer after the injury to Taylor Twellman up in New England. Coming on and scoring a boatload of goals in the latter stages for Steve Nicol and the Revolution. Here is Richard Mulrooney. Yeah, it's got to be tough, too, coming into a game like this off a bench. Over the top. Watch out here. Despeline is offside.
It's definitely tough as a player coming into a game. Like we said, in the 76th minute, the game's already got to flow to it. You've got to find a way to pick your game up and get there to that speed within the first 5 minutes. First, getting your first touch and make sure you get that confidence. But I mean, it's definitely tough. But also, too, you know what? This is the team, the U.S., they just put together for a week. The chemistry is not going to be there. The flow of the game's not going to be there. But, I mean, still, they're still not doing a good enough job to impress Bruce, I would think.
Yeah, Danny Califf, also of the LA Galaxy, on for Eddie Pope right there, alongside Chris Albright. And another guy that Bruce Arena mentioned, he wants to get more experience, Danny Califf. Never came in from Chris Albright. There is Danny Califf, LA Galaxy center back. And a time of opportunity for him right now. And his U.S. teammates. 77th minute, Haiti has a 1-0 lead here. Noonan, top of the box, Bobby Convey. Mulrooney. Thrown header there from Richard. Beasley tucked in for Corey Gibbs. Convey to Woniak. Haiti will get a goal kick. US has had a hard time building any rhythm through passing and possession tonight against Haiti.
Yeah, they really have, man. And you can, I mean, you give credit to Haiti. They've done a good job of bumping guys off the ball, getting stuck in real quick early in the game. But like I said, U.S. needs to find a way to get around that. You know, they need to get it wide, get the crossing, get the big guys in there. They need to start doing, a lot better job first holding the ball and trying to create some more movements so they can get some scoring chances.
Yeah, you got to have a teammate help you here as Gabar getting his shoes tied. Right, Bruni Pierre Richard. U.S. bench. Corey Gibbs. Nice quick free kick there to Beasley now. Beasley to Conpy. Bobby Conpy gets it over. And headed to safety there by the Haitian defense. The U.S. earn a corner here in the 79th minute. And that was quick thinking there on the restart. U.S. load the box up. Bocanegra heads it down. Goal kick Haiti. The only player for the U.S. right now that has not gotten a game tonight is Jovan Karofsky, who continues to warm up.
You see him just battling, pushing him off. Look at Bocanegra. Gets up right behind him, gets up, puts it back right across the box, but nobody there to head it in. Try to hit Caliph, it looked like.
Bocanegra has 4 goals for the U.S. national team and, of course, scored in the Gold Cup here against Brazil. Probably one of the more memorable goals of his career. Haiti pressing. Shot. Hartman has to fist it away. And Peguero was trying to go over the top. And again, the danger man is Busico.
Good speed, going at people one-on-one, then cracking a shot on goal.
Noonan, Albright, Wolniak is fouled. Gilles France, the culprit. So it's come down to a lot of free kick taking, Marcelo, and corners tonight for the U.S. And I guess you have to be fair here and say Haiti's done a pretty good job at defending these set pieces. Mulrooney. And a whistle. Prendergast is going to want this one redone. As a substitution being made. Now this is Benton now, headed out. And under Clavio wanted a substitution made, thought it was going to come, it didn't come. And meanwhile, we play on. Yellow card here now for time wasting. Fenelon Gobar, who will now drive this forward. 82nd minute. Albright. Cherry. Peguero the target. But Hartman read that service early. Caleb.
Getting back to your point, you're right. The Haitians have done a good job for the U.S. has not been able to establish any kind of rhythm, any kind of style of play. I think they've been most successful when they get it wide, they try to get across into the box, but they just have not been able to establish their game today.
Mahero Gracian, number 12 here, has tremendous pace. Plays in the second division in France. John Woliak off and Jovan Kirovsky on. So Bruce Arena has used every U.S. player tonight. Kirovsky has come back to Major League Soccer in the LA Galaxy. And they'll certainly look for contributions from him. Here is Kirovsky. Noonan, corner, U.S. DeMarcus Beasley will play the short one. Beasley whips it in, speared out. Maybe a chance, U.S. Kirovsky gets a shot off. And Jovan Kirovsky, an opportunistic effort there. It'll earn a corner for the U.S. And he had a goal back in 2000 against Haiti in the 3-0 victory. So maybe some deja vu here. Be nice to pull a goal back. 84th minute, Beasley to take it. Towards the near post, the header! The ball got a hand on it. And robbed the U.S.
A great save by Kabak. Great reaction save, touches it wide, the defense is there to clear it. And I believe Bocanegra did a good job of getting it, trying to flick it far post to see if he can beat where there was no uses of back cover in far post. Does a good job of trying to go far post on it.
Yeah, it looked like it was ticketed for the side netting. And it elicited a wonderful reaction save by Gabar.
So he comes in. Ante Razov just skims it to the far post, but the keeper makes a great save. Gabar makes a great save, gets his hand out there, pushes it wide.
It was Ante Razov who flicked it on. And nearly tied it up for the U.S. Player down for Haiti right now is number 3, Gilles France. And my apologies, Bruni Pierre Richard. Look back at this one, Marcelo.
Great ball. Just look at Razov all by himself, gets it, but look at that, just gets a hand on it. His defense is there, they clear it away. But you can see what a great look at this. He just pulls away. Look at Ante, just pulls away, or sits right there, right between everybody, gets it far post. Gabar does a great job of getting it out to the side, not back to the middle, touches it to the side, and keeps U.S. off the board.
Completely unmarked was Ante Razov.
No, but you can see, though, he kind of sucked in, he just pulled himself away, found an open spot, and waited for the ball.
Kind of got between two defenders.
And that's where I think the Haiti team, the Haitians would get in trouble. They seem to ball watch a little bit, and then all of a sudden they lose their man.
86th minute. Gibbs getting forward. Corey Gibbs. Now, do you think Corey Gibbs has had as much influence as a left back as opposed to a central defender against Holland?
Different game, but I definitely feel I think he's another guy that possibly the center of the field is suited for his style of play. A different kind of game on the outside, a little more running. You're limited. You can only hit balls across. You hit one down the line. I think his game is more maybe in the middle of the field than a left back.
And clearly experimentation tonight from Bruce Arena with his backs.
And that's what these games are about. You always want to get a result. Every game you go into, you want to get a result, but you also have to see where players can play if something goes wrong. The depth in the middle of the center backs between Bocanegra, Pope, Gibbs. I mean, there's depth there. Now you got to try to find to see who can fit on the outside.
Gibbs to Mulrooney. He'll get it switched. And Chris Albright has got time to get his head up now. Noonan. Boy. How quickly Pat Noonan was closed down.
Wow. Yeah, that definitely Would have been a yellow card coming in with 2 feet like that. The old scissors.
Mulrooney bends it in. Free kick time now for the U.S. in the 88th minute. In a pretty dangerous area here. And certainly Haiti bringing out all the stops here to try and disrupt the U.S. in the final few minutes of this one. You get the feeling it's going to come off a set piece if it does for the U.S., Marcelo.
Definitely. Or off a rebound. Definitely maybe off a rebound from the goalkeeper or something. You know, and the flow of play, you can see they just haven't really got into there. But this could be a good opportunity for the U.S. between Ante Rozov. You've got Jovan Karatzi who can hit it with his right foot. Very good free kick specialist.
Off the wall from Rozov. Clear. 89th minute. Bobby Convey. Albright. And it earns another corner. U.S. has had tons of corners and free kicks around the box tonight. Beasley to take it. Curled in towards a 6. The bar was off his line. We are in the 90th minute now. Apparently 5 minutes of stoppage time has been added, so plenty of time still left in this one. Haiti has a 1-0 lead, 69th minute goal from Alexander Boucicaut. Haitian crowd starting to sense a potential victory here in the Orange Bowl tonight. And Fernando Clavillo certainly is not in agreement with 5 minutes of stoppage time. You can tell by the reaction. Caleb. Albright. Again, that service headed away by Haiti. It has been difficult to get behind the Haitian defense tonight.
Definitely been very hard for the U.S. to get behind. They've tried going around, and I think when they've been the most successful, they've got it out wide. They beat a guy, and they've gotten crosses off into the box. They definitely have not been effective up the middle of the field tonight.
Descolin onside is Haiti. Haiti is onside. Clear by Caleb.
So that's the beauty of soccer. On any given day, any team can beat any team. Beat number 1 in the world and number 50th. And that's the beauty of our sport. Any day somebody can come out and beat a team. It doesn't matter who you are.
So a quick look at John Wolniak, and I guess this is sort of a good reminder that the fans around the country, that World Cup qualifying is going to be a war that you've gone through so many times, Marcelo.
Especially now, it's such a different game. The fact that the players have gotten better, especially in CONCACAF, where you've got Frank Allop, you've got Steve Sampson, Boris Milutinovic. That's 3, and Fernando Clavillo, 4 guys in CONCACAF that have been involved in the U.S. program. They know the way the U.S. plays, so it's definitely going to be a lot harder for the U.S.
Yeah, been around MLS as coaches.
Exactly.
And yep. Kevin Hartman now. Time running out on the United States. Albright flicks it on. Razov. And certainly looked like he got fouled, but no call from Prendergast, who's allowed things to go tonight. Convey. Taylor. Albright. And free kick for the U.S. again from a very familiar area as Noonan is fouled. U.S. throwing everybody forward. Mulrooney puts it in, flicked on. Chance for the U.S. And a diving header. And the U.S. have tied it up. Danny Califf, the goal scorer. 80 minutes, maybe seconds away from a 1-0 victory. Danny Califf.
It's all crash in the box. Noonan gets a header on. Look at it. They just put it right back across. There's Caleb with his chest, just pops it in the back of the net. Puts the U.S. 1-1 in the 91st minute. 94th minute.
Tell you what a moment for Danny Califf to chest that in. His first ever goal for the United States national team. And I'll tell you, it shows you, it always doesn't come off the most reliable of surfaces. It's your chest.
You know, it really does. Doesn't matter how it gets into the goal. As long as it gets into the goal, that's the bottom line. And you got to give them effort. The way they kept the ball alive, put it across the goal, finished it, put your team in. You're not having a great day as a team, but you're able to come back and tie the game in the 94th minute. You at least got to be happy with that part of it.
And that goal silencing the crowd here in the Orange Bowl. Danny Califf, his first goal for the United States national team in his 12th appearance. Razov. And it's not over yet. Ante Razov loading up the left foot. And Gabar holding that one. Beasley now. Looking for Karofsky. And that'll do it. The United States come back on a late goal to tie this one up. Marcelo, your final thoughts?
You know, you can't be happy the way the U.S. played, but you got to be happy the way they fought, and at least they got the goal back. On the Haiti side, on the Haitian side, you got to be excited with the potential they have. But let's face it, going into World Cup qualifying, both teams are going to have to do a lot better to get into the next round.
The goal scorer for Haiti was Alexander Boucicaut, who was outstanding tonight. And it was a stoppage time goal from Danny Califf that tied it up. You've been watching International Soccer. Special thanks to U.S. Soccer and Soccer United Marketing for all for the broadcast of tonight's game. Our broadcast was produced by Darrell Ewald, directed by Michael Sheehan. Special thanks to all the hardworking crew. Again, the final score, the U.S. won, Haiti won. For Marcelo Balboa, I'm Glenn Davis. Good night from Miami.